Fellow Nigerians across the globe, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. As you already know, I am George Onibe, and we will continue to do what we have to do, what we actually know it is necessary. That will not only ensure the preservation of ethnic groups in Africa, every ethnic groups across the globe, most especially those that are threatening. A lot has been going on, and a lot will continue to go on. But let us look at the instance and the case of Nigeria. It looks to me that it is a mere game of the throne. But the question should be, who owns the throne? If it is the game of throne, who owns the throne? And so this afternoon, let me drive your attention back to the real issue, the real plague, the very instrument that has been prepared to destabilize Nigeria in a time like this. They've been coming out in different dimensions, in different ways, very subtle. But then we are watching them. If you listen, it will be the end good of everybody. But if you do not listen, believe me, they will not be able to pull this shot. But the next generation of our people will suffer for it. And so we're looking at the message I simply titled, The Secret of Sources Behind Unification of Nigeria is only when the plight of the minority is alleviated, the position of the minority is alleviated to those of majority. If you notice the current shenanigan, the current criminality, the current disposition of the ones that say they are Igbo Biafra, you will notice that in the past 2 years now, they've been funding this project called Igbo Unity, Igbo Unification. And with this agenda to unite, only God knows, a lot of things has happened. A lot of things has gone wrong. And a lot is still going wrong. Let me try to see how I can present it to you so that you understand. For the first time, the ethnic groups within the South-South geopolitical zone in Nigeria are bantering each other on Facebook. It baffles me. But I'm not surprised because I know where it is going to lead us to. We know how it all began. And all we are trying to do is that these people will not succeed. And how did it start? They came in with a poison. They call the poison Igbo Unity. But is unification actually something that is bad? If we want to unite, is it something that is bad? Every normal human being understands that you must unite as a people before you can make a headway. The greatest problem of Africa is that they are not united. And the greatest challenge of Nigeria is that they are not united. And one of the greatest and oldest project Nigeria has a back on, even before independence, is how to unite Nigeria. But then along the line, we have a group of Nigeria who are shouting that they want to unite. This is supposed to be a welcome development. But then we discover that they are wearing masks. And so there are many reasons why we obstruct that unification. Because that unification will destroy us. That unification is hidden under the French policy of association and assimilation. If you associate with this Igbo Biafra looking for unity, the rest assured you or people will be completely assimilated. Go and find out how many countries were colonized by France with their policy of association and assimilation that is actually doing well today. In fact, 99.9% of French colony are revolting against France already. That is exactly what will happen. That is exactly the kind of unity Igbo people, Biafra Igbo people are looking for. Some of the reasons why we oppose this Igbo unification agenda. There are so many reasons, but let me try and outline the ones I can't remember today. There is a place called Nsugbe in Anambra State. Go and look at what kidnappers are doing there. And in fact, by the time I finish this broadcast, I will have to post the video. Kidnappers were not like this in Igbo land. You hardly see people committing crime in Igbo land. Though they can go other people's space and do these things. But in their place, it was relatively peaceful. And then the journey started. When Nnamdi Kanu said he wants Biafra. He criminalized the whole process of self-determination. Today, he is apologizing to his lawyer. He is apologizing to his mugus. He is apologizing to Nigeria. But he will not do it himself. He is using his lawyer to apologize on his behalf. So that tomorrow he will tell you it's not Nnamdi Kanu that apologized. It is his lawyer that apologized. When Nnamdi Kanu has criminalized every process of self-determination, they decide to change the narratives. They brought in Simon Ekpa. They lowered their value system. They destroyed their culture and tradition. You will not understand. Okay, let me try to bring it closer. When they have finished criminalizing Biafra agitation, they moved on to open another branch, political participation. You can see what P2B is doing everywhere. It's just looking for how to cause confusion and turn Nigerians against President Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Nothing more, nothing less. It is part of Nnamdi Kanu Biafra agitation agenda. And in order to deceive the people further, they opened the group of religious bigotry. You can see Matthias Ezeaku and the rest of them. This is the same agenda. They moved on and then they opened up a platform of propaganda, blackmail and disinformation. They deliberately lie against everybody, distort history. And then they have another group that are uniting Igbos. Most of you will not understand that the problem or the major cause of Sen Fubara problem is trying to claim Igbo. They entered Sen Fubara through Igbo unification. I'm sure Sen didn't see it on time, but that does not mean that the truth should not be told. All of a sudden, you start hearing Opobo Isibo, Opobo Isibo, Opobo Isibo, Opobo Isibo. They were trying to gaslight Sen Fubara. And Sen fell for them until it was almost late. I hope Opobo is still Igbo. Where Sen fell for them was when he agreed and then began to speak. Ndengwe na ndengwe. I shook my head and I know they have gotten this man. And yes, I will have to advise Sen. You are a Jaw man. You must remain a Jaw man. If there is Igbo blood in you, let it be that way. After Asari have Igbo blood in him, he's a Jaw man. Because this criminal will use it to assess your people. They will infiltrate you. They will destroy everything about you. They are never there. They care for no one. It is their interest they are there to protect. And when they are done using you, they will destroy all that is left for you. And so one of the greatest weapons is Igbo unification agenda. They look very harmless. And you think nothing is happening. They are going from one community to another community, distorting history on the social media, everywhere. Everybody must be Igbo. Everybody must be Igbo. But look at them closely if you want to unmask them, because they are putting on a mask. Find out how they see you and how they want you to see them. If you know this truth, you will understand why we are here, standing on the ground. The same way Biafra agitation will fail, Igbo unification agenda will fail. The only thing that will succeed is the unification of Nigeria. And for Nigeria to unify, something must happen. And now, this will take us back to 1977. If you think our leaders do not know the solution to Nigerian challenges, then think again. It was in 1977. Nigeria was doing well. I do not think there was any issue. But then the military administrator, Olusegun Obasanjo, organized something known as FESTAC, a time where Nigerians and other countries across Africa came together. The essence of that project was to bring about not just the unity of Nigeria, but the unity of the entire Africans. But I want you to follow that history of FESTAC because they don't talk much about it now. Because some people believe they brought that the purpose of that program was to worship idol. That very program was demonized. Because everything about African that is supposed to lead us to a successful end, that is supposed to make sense, it is always demonized by the imperialists. Our religion is evil, our culture is evil, our way of life is evil, our value system is evil. They saw what that FESTAC would have been able to do. They demonized it. But then let's focus on that FESTAC first of all. The government of Nigeria understands this. That the beginning of success for this country called Nigeria will be to unite. But we must understand the difference between the unity of Nigeria and the unity of Igbo Biafra people going from one backyard door to another. The FESTAC did not achieve its aim. But at least it's a history, it's an event that we cannot forget in a hurry. Anytime you go to Lagos, go to the Orile Gomu Axis, the Axis where you have Nigerian Brewery, you will see the official building of that FESTAC. It is still there. It was meant to foster unity. If you look at the son of the president, Sheyi Tinubu, who is trying to set up a Nations Cup football tournament, which is called Unity Cup. And now one will begin to wonder, why is everybody trying to unite all of a sudden? And what kind of unity are they bringing to you? Now, this is what you must understand. The son of the president, Sheyi Tinubu, is going to organize a Unity Cup football tournament. It's still all about the unity. And then you have Igbo Biafra people jumping everywhere. Everybody must be Igbo. They want to unite. But there is something you must watch out for in this unity. And that is the purpose of this broadcast. For instance, as an Igbo man, I say I am not Igbo man. They will begin to insult me. They will begin to demonize me. They will begin to blackmail me and character assassinate me. But of the truth, I am not an Igbo man. I am an Igbo man. And after saying all the rubbish they have in their mouth, yet they still say we should unite. Something is not right there. Because the unity they are fighting for is not unity of equality. It's not unity of fairness. It is not unity of transparency. It is not unity of accountability. It is not unity that will give you an edge over them or even allow you to attend to the same level with them. It is the unity to assimilate you, completely destroy you. But then the area I want you to pay attention if you come across to these brokers is the area of your people, your own people. This is the time for you to rise. Every ethnic group in Nigeria that cannot congregate around themselves, form one impenetrable unit. Mark my word, you will be assimilated. And so, if Nigeria, as you know today, sincerely speaking, we have over 1,000 ethnic groups. I say I am an Abo man. But let's assume as a Eka man. Under this Eka, you have Abo kingdom. You have Owa kingdom. You have Ute kingdom. You have Abavo kingdom. You have Umunedi kingdom, Emo kingdom, and so many. And we are one, the same Eka people. But nobody force anybody on top of anybody. Despite the fact that we are heterogeneous, homogeneous rather, society. But we are still influenced by heterogeneous activities. But what do? We manage ourselves. When Ute man, or Owa man, or Ebake man, or Abo man, whatever Aziz you come from as a car meet together, I want you to pay attention. Nobody shows himself to be superior over another. Nobody does that. I'm using my place as a case study. When you come to Abo, I am Utokbo man. When you come to Eka, I am from Ute Kingdom. I'm a Eka man. And when I go to Abo, they don't see me as a fake Eka man. And when our man go to Ebake, they don't see him as fake Abo. When Abavo man go to Umunedi, they don't see him as fake. What you hear is Nwebo, Nwene. Everybody is equal. Everybody is the same. This is how you forge unity. But I want you to watch Biafra unity beggars. You migrated from them. You are not equal with them. They are helping you. They believe they are helping you. You don't exist. You are sub-Igbo. You are subconscious. You don't have sense. Watch their body language. They want you to become subservient. They want you to agree, yes, we are Igbo junior brother. God will punish all of you, unity beggar. Can Abu be man tell Umunede man that you are a Eka junior brother? Will our man have the balls to tell a Ebake man that you are a Eka junior brother? Nobody does that. Because the moment you begin to project this kind of mindset, you are a colonial master. You are never looking for unity. I know you are not getting it. Let me explain. We have what is known as Anyoma today. Anyoma is made up of so many ethnic groups. But let's look at majorly the Osimili, the Indokwas, the Anyochas, the Eka people. And of course, within these communities that I have mentioned, you have descent of Igbo, you have descent of Yoruba, you have descent of Ijo, you have descent of Benin, you have descent of many ethnic groups. We coexisted. We have been there for a very long time. We said we need to become one. We need to be recognized as an ethnic group in Nigeria. We need to form a frontier where we can be able to compete in a neutral and fair politics in Nigeria. It's been more than 80 years now. We're still trying to work out this unity platform. But I tell you the truth today. Eka man cannot come out and tell Osimiri man, Ndokwa man, Anyocha man, that yes, we are superior. Who does that? Ndokwa people cannot come out and tell you that they are better than Anyocha. Anyocha dare not tell you that they are better than Osimiri. No. Rather, we compare ourselves. We differentiate ourselves by what we know how to do best. That is how we function. And because of this, despite the fact that we've not been able to attend to the level of this perfection when it comes to this issue of unity, we clearly understand that we must respect each other personality. This is where we have problem in Nigerian unification project, and the worst of it is the Igbo unity beggars. In Nigeria today, it's impossible to bring about the unity that will usher us into prosperity that we desire. But this is the problem. All the ethnic groups are not known. I told you we have over 1,000 ethnic groups in Nigeria. Go to Cross River State alone. It will shock you how many ethnic groups you have in Cross River State. You'll be shocked how many ethnic groups you have in Edo State. You'll be shocked of how many ethnic groups you have in Delta State. And they are not recognized. They don't exist. What happened to their children? What happened to their descendants? What happened to their culture? What is the fate of their heritage? What about their value system? It's of no concern to anybody. And why these people die in silence, why these people are merely shadow of themselves. Somebody is talking about unity. It is an error. Let us come back a little bit. Nigeria moved on and recognized 250 ethnic groups. Fair enough. But these 250 ethnic groups, as I speak to you, are dominated by 3 major ethnic groups. By implication, you must be Yoruba, you must be Igbo, or you must be Hausa. The Fulani fought. And so when you call Hausa Fulani. The Yoruba defend their territory, so they are there. But indirectly, they are telling us that we minority are merely shadow of ourselves. We don't exist. And when we allow them to dominate us, this is where the real danger comes in. Now let's look at value system. When you talk about value system, it's all about what you allow and what you don't allow as a people. I come from Abo, for instance. People who has a lot of heritage to boast of, but they are dying down gradually. Let me humbly tell you that the whole Nigeria, I do not think that there are any people that have soup more than us. Not because you have varieties of soup, it's okay. Every soup we make as Abo people, all of them are the embodiment of health benefit. Let me break it down. For instance, as an Abo man, we have a soup known as Ofoliuma, Ofononabon, Ofelurushin, Ofekaka, Ofujuju. I can continue mentioning them. These are not just soup for eating sake. They are the embodiment of health benefit. But I bet you, 90% of Abo people don't even know our food anymore. It's our heritage, and it is dying. And so when we come, we say native soup, Ufako, Edikaiko, Iwidu, Efo, Furadinunu, and the rest of them. These things are more or popularly promoted even in school. I remember the time they were doing cultural day in my children's school. Then they asked my children, one to dress like Yoruba, another one to dress like Hausa, another one to dress like whatever. And I told them, but you are not from Yoruba, you are not Hausa, you are not Igbo. Did you not tell them you people have your own cultural dress? They told them now, but that is what they said. I prepared my Abo Eka uniform dress for them. They also asked them to cook food. I cooked my Eka food for them. And we went to that cultural day. I actually wanted the principal to say, no, you are disqualified. You people are not there. No, this is not what we asked them. I would have given them Upumpu scatter on that very day. But amazingly, the principal was thrilled and said, we never thought it this way. And ever since then, each time they are doing cultural day in their school, what they do is to ask everybody, wherever you come from, come with your cultural dressing. And then the event become more colorful. The event become more colorful. If Nigeria create a platform of true equality, if Nigerians want to enjoy the true progress in the diversity we have, every ethnic group must be respected. Our power is hidden in our culture and tradition. Our power is hidden in our culture, everything. And when you destroy it, we are gone. Let me explain to you something, maybe you will understand. It's a very wide subject, but I just don't know how to cut around it so that I can be able to review this lengthy message at a glance. Go back to the eras of the imperialists, the colonial masters as they call themselves. You will notice that when they arrest or catch or kidnap some tribes, they will change their mouth. Why do you think they change their mouth? They lock their mouth. You think because they should not eat the corn, they are farming on? No. Why did you think they shave their hairs? You think it's because they wanted to keep them neat? No. Why did you think they traveled all the way from London to Benin and stole artifacts? Across Africa, where they say you are primitive, they are traveling everywhere, stealing artifacts. Why? Today we pay money to go and see our heritage. They won't even borrow us to use it and show our children what our forefathers did. And now you will understand, this is one of the reasons Africa is not progressing. Because our culture, tradition, and heritage have been tampered with. It has been dampened. When you do not know what your heritage is, what your culture are, what your traditions are, how can you develop on what they left behind for you? Let me digress a little bit. About 1 million years ago, or 300 billion thousand years ago, if Oyibo man want to deceive you, that is how they call years figure for you. Our forefathers and their father before their father were climbing palm tree with rope. From the 14th, 18th to 15th century to 20th century to BC and DC, all our ancestors were climbing palm tree with rope. But look at now, till this very moment, we are climbing palm tree with rope. Why? Because we do not know the technical know-how. Somebody switched us. They want us to become European. They want us to become Arabians. They want us to become Asians. They want us to become anything that they are. And that is relinquishing your own to accept their own, which will make you subservient. Because they do not protect our own interest. And as far as you do not continue to develop on what your ancestors left behind for you, you can never truly progress as a people. Today, Africans cannot raise up their head and walk high, except for few achievers. They have nothing to boast for. No. Listen as a black man, as a Nigerian. Tell me, what did our fathers manufacture? What will you tell them about us? That we have crude oil, the one we discovered or the one we can refine? No. What exactly? When you sit a Chinese man down now and tell them, what is the achievement of your fathers? A lot to talk about. The Americans, the Indians, a lot. They have achieved a lot because they had their value system, their culture, their tradition, everything are in place. They continue to develop on it. Come back to Nigeria. Igbo people have a lot of things to tell you they achieve. Every Igbo man will proudly tell you that after the Nigerian Biafra war, they were penniless. And their fathers went out to hustle. Their fathers went out to hustle. They built a future for themselves. Just that arrogancy is making them to lose the true path of their father before them. And so they are developing on what they have. The Yorubas are the same thing. They built a system for themselves. Today their monarch institutions stand. The Hausa went on to develop on what they have. That is why they don't play with their Fulani headsmen, the cattle breeders. That is all they have. Do not think that they are not developing on it. They are. What is the Akwa Ibom man known for? Idika. Right? What is the Abo man building on? No, what is the Ijaw man building on? What is the Benin man building on? Does it mean our ancestors were not achievers or we do not have something to build on? But no, there have been people telling us that we are who we are not. And each time you agree, as a Ka man, as a Nyoma man, as a Kwiri man, as a Bibio man, as a Fik man, as a Akwa Ibom man, as a Ugoja man, as a Ugoni man, anytime you agree as a Nupe man, anytime you agree that you are who you are not, you put the achievement of your ancestors on hold. And it will not augur well for you. But when there is a collective understanding, when there is a memorandum of understanding, and you choose to become one, and then everybody's value is respected, everybody's heritage is protected, everybody's culture and tradition is respected, and then you will see everybody will grow together on the same pace, and everybody will prosper. And so coming to the issue of unity, as far as Nigeria is concerned, not until we have a memorandum of understanding to work towards this unification for us to be able to enjoy progress, unity in diversity, you must begin to consider equity. You must begin to consider fairness. You must begin to understand, outline the boundary between the homogeneous and the heterogeneous. Because if you cannot define this line, you are creating problem. One person will have to die for another person to live. That is why we tell Igbo unity beggar, Igbo Biafra begging for unity. We will not allow you to destroy who we are. We don't wear Ishiago. You wear Ishiago. We respect you for that. We love you for that. And if we borrow your culture and tradition, let it be that way. But for you to come and claim my traditional wear and say it's your own, this is criminality. This is undermining the labor of my own ancestors. And now this is another issue you need to consider. Our value system. Where I come from, there is an adage that says, it is the thing that makes you to be ashamed as human being. You put on clothes on the area of your body that you don't want them to see. You use clothes to cover private parts. And each time these words are used, they are telling you that don't be a scalawa. Anything that will cause shame, anything that will cause disgrace, you don't do it. But then you have this Igbo Biafra everywhere. They will come to your village and rent one room. They will go and bring their small sister. And only God knows who pregnant them. They open baby factory. And they know this thing is wrong. And they have children and they sell these children. And then they make money. And then they come out and tell you that you are a fool, you don't know how to make money. No, we can do that also. But our value will not allow us to descend that low. We can't sleep with our mother. We can't kill our fellow to become kidnapper. It's not as if we don't have these things in our society. They are there. But watch them. They have been influenced by external forces because we don't do that. And then there is another adage that says, you don't kill the person you can mourn. You come out now, you kill your neighbor, you will be the one that will begin to cry, oh, my neighbor is dead, oh, let's bury him, we need to give him befitting burial. No, we forbid it. In fact, in those days, before infiltrators begin to come into our midst to bastardize our value system, when you lose your parents, the DJ man that will come and play for that waykeeping during that interment period, there is a music they must play. Let me sing it for you, for the sake of my Igbo people. The music goes this way. Doesn't know. Na long hugu yebu mewu nyari oyo calling do ye nari o negugbo okori makowa gwa ni mo webu. He said those that have mother, those that have father, take care of them. It is not when they are dead, you begin to kill cow, you begin to kill goat, you want to give them befitting burial. But of the truth, it is hunger that kills them. And so whatever you tell their ancestors that is responsible for their death, you lied against them. That is why all obituary picture is gone too soon, after a brief illness. That is what kills most people now. Because the people who would have mourned you are the one that killed you. This is my value. And then I come to your own value. You kill somebody and you eat the flesh. You saw Nnamdi Kanu doing that, telling Igbo people around the world that if we catch you in the bush, anything we see in the bush is a bushmeat. And practically before your very eye, he begin to eat his fellow Igbo man blood. And you keep quiet and you want to unite with me, you must be hallucinating. You are not normal. I know I'm not able to present this message the way it is, but I want to believe God that the truth that is meant to set you free, you will get it. And so when we shun against Igbo unification, these are the things we are avoiding. You can imagine, we were shouting, oh yes, we are all Igbo, we are all Igbo. Unknown gunmen has reached Asaba. And you know what? Once they leave Asaba, they will enter Abo. And then we'll be shouting, they would have been able to penetrate Asia. And once they get Asia, they will enter Benin. And once they cross Benin, they will enter Ondo. And once they enter Ondo, they will get Lagos. Did you not see how they were conquering and going to conquer Lagos in the name of war? Nigerian Biafra war. And so, we must create a boundary between this. If you look at the Bible, for instance, when the believers gathered together based on culture and tradition, they told them, you that eat, don't condemn the one that don't eat. And you that drink, don't condemn the one that does not drink. And so when you gather to eat or to drink, let everybody do it to the glory of God. Understand that you have one master. And so in this instance, when we gather and we are talking about one Nigeria unity, you that is a Muslim, don't kill me that I'm a Christian. And you that is a Christian, don't castigate me because I'm a traditionalist. But when each of us come together in the name of religion, let everybody focus on their God and do the service to their God without having to insult the integrity of other tribes. If you don't understand this thing, how can you come and unite me? If you do not understand this principle, how can you truly unite a people without creating more confusion as Igbo unity beggars are doing? I can go on and on and on and on. If you will understand, you will understand. So these are the things, the area we need to begin to look out for. Negotiating the difference. But they will not acknowledge you. They will not recognize you until you speak up. And that is why we are speaking up. Abo is not Igbo. Opobo is not Igbo. Ikwere is not Igbo. Asia is not Igbo. We know where we come from. And if you know your root, you cannot lose your way. We did not come from Egypt. We did not come from Equatorial Guinea. We did not come from Israel. We were here before Israel. That's the problem now. And you that want to unite me, want to misplace me. And then the last point I want to bring on this very discussion is that you must know that every ethnic group is unique on their own. Every ethnic group is unique on their own. Let me give instance. In those days, when you hear a Jaw man, the next thing that comes to your mind is that they are fish. There was this rumor, I don't know how true it is, that if a Jaw man gives birth to a child, they will first of all throw that child into the river. They used to say that after 7 days, they will come and retrieve the child. If the child is alive, then it is through Ijaw blood. If the child did not succeed, then it is not through Ijaw blood. By implication, Ijaw people can swim. But let me tell you that today, 99.9% of Ijaw people cannot even swim a bucket of water, not to talk of swimming pool. Only very few of them. So what happened to that knowledge on how to maneuver water by the Ijaw ancestors? Is what you will not understand. Everyone is uniquely made. If Ijaw focus on what they can do, they won't even know there is a pipeline because they are fishermen. But now the pipeline oil spill has destroyed their fishing farm. And now their life is changing inside our one Nigeria. Because our one unity Nigeria is not considering our value system, cultures and tradition, which is being destroyed by the echoes of one Nigeria. Every tribe are unique. There is no one greater than each other. But if you misplace them, their uniqueness will be misplaced and it will be lost forever. Let me tell you some of the things you don't know. As a child, there is no sickness you will have that we don't have the cure in my village. But each time I go to the village now, I don't know. Now let me explain. My younger brother used to have cataract in one of his eyes when we were small. And then they have a teaching hospital in Benin then that are specialists. What do you call them? The optician. So my parents were preparing to take that my brother for operation. And then somebody came from the village and said, no, take him to the village, meet so man. You don't need to operate the eyes. And they took my brother to the village that very day, like around 10 o'clock in the morning. Before 3 in the evening, they are back. No single sign of cataract. I called my younger brother. I said, what did they do to you? Because I was thinking that they did incantation and remove it. My younger brother said they gave him bunga fish. They asked him to start chewing the bunga fish. That they want to drop something in his eyes. It's going to be very painful, but he should focus on the bunga fish. They grind some substance and drop it on his eye bulb. And according to him, something like maggot started coming out from the side of the eyes. And that was the fluid you call cataract. Everything left in less than 3 hours. Till tomorrow morning, nothing like cataract. That is one. I have a brother who works with the SPDC. He was sent somewhere, Australia, for official duty. And immediately he landed in Australia. He was having pile. The pile ruptured. He started bleeding furiously. And Shell said they can't keep him. They have to put him on another plane back to Nigeria. And of course, they took him to the Shell clinic in Port Harcourt. And they were trying to operate the pile. And when they called his father said, no, don't operate him. They should discharge him. That they are coming. The next day, they were already from the village down to Port Harcourt. They brought some leaves that looked like sugarcane. And all that leaves. They squeeze it together. And use the liquid to rub the pile. Till today, that pile disappeared. These are heritage. But somebody is there demonizing it. Somebody is there destroying it. Somebody is there hiding it. Now, let me tell you, the reason why black people are where we are today is because our father then too keep secret. Then too keep secret. But why wouldn't they keep secret? When they tell you something, you now champion it and claim it. Everything we taught Nnamdi Kanu, because he don't have sense. Nnamdi Kanu don't have sense. Everything we taught him, when we finish teaching him, he will come and claim he has sense. Have you not seen his sense since we left him? Have we not seen that his sense is speaking pocket sense? Since his brother Uchuka from F4 left him, have you not seen he's a fool? Today he will become his own lawyer. Tomorrow he will be begging. Now he's begging Nigeria judicial. I apologize. I apologize to my lawyer. I apologize to my legal representative. I apologize to Nigerian judiciary. I thought we don't have competent court jurisdiction. And so in as much as we cannot move forward without unity, this unity must be in perfect harmony. This unity must consider everybody. In fact, the majority must alleviate the minority to their status quo, and everybody be carried along. If you understand, fine. If you don't understand, allow them to be gaslighting you. Oh, you're Igbo. You migrated from Igbo. Your papa was Igbo. But if you tell them they're Igbo, they will not agree. They will not agree. And this is where I bring the broadcast to an end. Understand you are who you are. Igbo is Igbo. Igbo is Igbo. A group of ethnic groups who are not Igbo agree that they are now Igbo. No problem. They are Igbo. And we that say we are not Igbo, there should be no problem. We are not Igbo. And any other unity we are talking about, let us review the foundational pillar so that everybody's interest will be covered up in the agenda and what is to come. I go to the comment section. I know Igbo Biafras are here. Normally they insult and I love the insult. Let's see how it goes there. I see African Osas. I greet you, my brother Osas. Say the unity the Kaaba want is to crush other tribes and force us and share among them. That is why we are against the unity. They are not uniting because they love us. They are not uniting because they want to protect our interests. It is unification of the French colonial master, association and assimilation. Just near them, you disappear. Boom, you will never exist again. Where are the natives of America? That is the kind of unity they want. When America want to unite themselves, they destroy Native American. They were forcing their children to learn rubbish in school. One of those topics, they call it kill the Indian and save the man. Kill the Indian and save the man. Or is it kill the man and save the Indian? In other words, destroy their heritage, their culture, their tradition, their language, destroy everything. Leave the man to become an American man. I see my honest man here, Babefa. I greet you. You say the mother see Tinubu wife is Igbo. Oh, Tinubu mother is Igbo. That is why he is doing unity. I just pray that she will do unity. That will consider everybody transparent unity. If you follow Igbo people to do unity, he will collect his own woto. He should know his spinal cord is not even as strong as his father's oath, irrespective of his father's age. So if he's doing unity of true unity, we are with him. If he has tapped into the Igbo Biafra mentality and criminality of unity, let him come and be uniting us. We are here uniting. We rub super glue in our body. When we gum you, we wish you never come in contact with us. That is it, Babefa. And then I see the elite can only delay what is coming, but they cannot stop it. And that is the truth. So, I think I see Messi. I greet you, Messi, from here. I see Samuel Okure watching from Germany. I greet you. He says exactly the kind of unity is questionable. Even in the Western world, people are united, but they have different accents. They are all unique in their own way. The great melting point. That is just the truth. Huh? Allah Abo man to be Abo man. Allah Ikure man to be Ikure man. Allah Opobo to be Opobo. So that when we have problem, let's know where the problem is coming from. There are great differences between us. The village where my mother comes from, they don't eat cocoyam. But some of you use cocoyam to make soup. And when I unite you now, you give me cocoyam and cocoyam will kill me. Is that what you want? And you don't care to know how we respond to some of the things that does not harm you. I see Erida. Say thank you, my brother. The eye opening. Osui, I greet you. He say we are all the same in the eyes of God. No one is superior than others. I have been telling them that is the problem of Nigeria. That is the major problem of Igbo people. Bob Marley have told them. He said not until the philosophical idea that one race is more superior than others is completely permanently rejected, he said there will be war. That is the war. There is no, I see Scott. He said Babefa, waiting concern Igbo, concern Agbo. They are two different people. Well, Scott David, let's leave it at that. Oga, those Ikwiri, Agbo, Ishan, etc. are not Igbo now. Igbo is 5 blessed states. The boundary are there. All those names you mentioned are Nigerian land. Yes, Scott David, you came out clearly. You are right. But point of correction. The 5 states in the southeast currently does not belong to Igbo people. That is the problem why we are shunning this unity you are begging. We have a Gala in the southeast. We have Idoma in the southeast. We have Ibibio, Efik, and Anang in the southeast. So the 5 states in the southeast does not belong to Igbo people. That is the reason why we're questioning this unity. Scott David. I hope you are now understanding. And then secondly, it is your Igbo people that is going everywhere to beg for unity. Have you seen Abo man come and begin to say Abo people we are Igbo? We the Abo people. Have you seen any Abo person except the Igbo people born in Abo that are impersonating us? You won't see us do that. Have you seen Ikure man saying Ikure people are Igbo? Except like manipulated individuals like Senator Mbata. And then of course people like my brother, what did you call him? Nedimoko. Only God knows what they did to them. No, you people are the one begging for unity. Namen is there. Iwezue is there. You people recruited your jobless youth who are not doing baby factory again, selling fake drug, and they are doing fake unity. Don't you get it? Of course, this having been said, I'll bring the broadcast to an end here. Tell Nnamdi Kanu, his apology has not started. For all the people he sent to early grave, all of them, is deceiving himself. Let him come and do Biafra. He has ended his career. Politically, criminally, everywhere, he has ended it. I remain George Unibi, and I sign off from here.